This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 1661, Choosing Your Response by Angelina Lee of exploringplanb.com. And I'm Justin Malik, your personal narrator, reading to you every day, including holidays, usually from blogs, sometimes from books. And today featuring a new author for the show. I'll tell you about her right after the reading, so for now, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. Choosing Your Response by Angelina Lee of exploringplanb.com. When I grow up, I want to be just like my husband. For years I've said this jokingly. I've always admired his seemingly innate ability to be at peace no matter what he faces in life. Although I admired it, I neither understood nor fully appreciated it. If I'm honest, his ability to remain cool-headed at all times used to irritate me to my core. I'd accuse him of not being passionate about anything, all the while working myself up into a bigger frenzy. It wasn't until my own overcommitted schedule and constant agitation caused me to halt, reassess my life, and journey inward in order to cultivate a more meaningful and intentional existence that I started to understand my husband's perspective. Things didn't rile him up because he chose not to let them. He gives nothing power over his emotions. Disappointments and disagreements didn't affect his psyche because he chose not to allow them to. It wasn't that he was not passionate about anything, as I had assumed. On the contrary, he was passionate about peace of mind and about living life fully, yet simply. What I had chalked up to be a difference in personality was, in reality, a difference in priority and intention. As I studied this, I realized that living more intentionally not only concerned what I did with my life each day, but also how I reacted to situations around me by choosing my response. I found that inner calm came not only by heavily guarding my calendar and commitments, but by also removing myself from emotionally draining relationships and situations, not because I didn't care, but because I tend to care too much. Now, instead of being sucked into the overwhelming invitations to offense, fear, angst, and dissension, I am mindful to decline, becoming aware that these have no place in a peaceful life. And you can do this too. When a relationship, either by blood or by choice, grows cold and distant, choose to see through the lens of love. Look past the instinct to offend and take offense and see the hurt behind the strong front. Rally for resolution instead of fueling the fire sparked by pride, a fire in which all concerned get burned. And if, despite your overtures, the path to connection continues to burn, choose love anyway. Your heart will thank you for it. When life feels weighed down by ingratitude, disconnection, and selfishness, choose to respond through the mouthpiece of joy. Take delight in what you do and see it not just as your job description, but see the people that you may assist, no matter how insignificant you perceive your role to be in their story, fully aware that everyone is fighting their own battles. Choose to be joyful in your interactions, knowing that a little spark of joy has the capacity to light a dark and lonely world. And if, despite your efforts, you are not met with the same level of joy in return, choose joy anyway. Your conscience will thank you for it. When the critic within seeks to level accusations of insufficiency, when despite your best efforts, your failures and shortcomings seek to sentence you to feelings of inadequacy and guilt, choose to walk in forgiveness. Choose to know that you are enough just as you are, regardless of what you do or what you have left undone. Choose to acknowledge that your to-do list doesn't need to be overextended to be important, and that creating margin in your life is not only beneficial, it is necessary. And if, despite the decision to allow yourself the time and space to grow, the critic within continues to threaten that you will never be enough, choose forgiveness anyway, over and over again if you have to. Your past will thank you for it. When life comes at you hard and seems to knock you over every time you find your feet, when billows of hardship surround and stifle the very air you breathe, when change comes at you rapidly, threatening to overthrow the comfort that you have managed to build in your heart and in your relationships, know that you need only hold on and choose hope. Choose to believe that there is a plan and a purpose in your pain. Choose to see the good in the little, seemingly insignificant happenings in your life. Choose to grasp the assurance that darkness only lasts for the night, but that there is great promise in the morning, no matter how long the night may seem. And if, despite what you see with your eyes or feel in your heart, you continue to feel as if you are sinking, choose hope anyway. Choose to hold on to hope as if your future depends on it, because it does. You just listened to the post titled Choosing Your Response by Angelina Lee of exploringplanb.com. I'll tell you about her in just a sec, but first, do you ever feel like you're in your own way, that you're the biggest obstacle standing between you and your happiness? While searching for happiness is a journey, not a destination, sometimes we need a professional to speak with without being uncomfortable. And when that happens, BetterHelp is here for you. BetterHelp can assess your needs and match you with your personal licensed professional therapist, providing a safe and private online environment for you at your convenience. In fact, you can start communicating with your therapist in just under 24 hours, and anything you share with your therapist will be confidential. BetterHelp is not self-help, it is professional counseling. They also offer financial aid, which makes it more affordable for everyone. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/optimal. Join over 800,000 people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/optimal. And about today's brand new contributor for our podcast, Angelina Lee. She's from a small island in the Caribbean, actually, self-defined as a wife, mother of 3, and attorney at law by profession. Like many of us, she followed a path that was expected to lead to satisfaction, but it didn't. We can all learn from her experience. So come by exploringplanb.com. That's exploringplanbe.com. Little play on words there. You can find that linked in this episode's description. And thank you to Angelina for letting me share her work. I'll leave it there for today. Hope you're having a great Sunday if you're listening in real time. And I'll be back tomorrow for Minimalist Monday, where your optimal life awaits.